Greetings, everybody. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here with an episode of my playlist, which is an episode I do mid-month every month. Started maybe 3 or 4 months ago, kind of to balance out the new album list that we do at the end of the month. So I thought I would do something mid-month. So basically what it is I talk about the albums on my playlist, the ones coming off the playlist, the ones coming on the playlist. I give you a top 5 at the end, my top 5 favorites. Sorry, I need a drink here. And then I'll also maybe talk about a little bit about what my listening venues are in the last month. So pretty much in the last month I've been doing something a little bit different with my playlist. So I usually take 3 albums off my playlist because I have them in sequence from top to bottom, oldest to newest, and I'll take 3 in a stack, and I usually take something new that haven't been listened to before, or some old album that I haven't listened to for a while, put it on the bottom of the stack, and I put them beside the CD player, and I play those, and when they're done, I do the same thing again. I've discovered this way I'm getting to listen to some stuff that ordinarily might sit on the shelf for too long because it just can't get everything in. So that seems to be working out pretty good. I've enjoyed the mix. So the choices, of course, are arbitrary. So with the playlist, I play what's next, the next 3 albums in my list. But with the arbitrary, with the new ones, I pick whatever I want from the new ones, and I pick whatever I want from the stuff that hasn't been played for a while. So today, we're going to talk a little bit about the last 3. These 3 albums came off my playlist. So Marillion's Clutches at Straws came off. It was the first one to come off. I think it was on there about 6 months, maybe a little more than 6 months. Might have been closer to 7 months. It was on the playlist. A really excellent album. Probably it's close between this and Misplaced Childhood for my favorite of Marillion albums. Drifting Sun, been on there maybe, I think 3, maybe coming up to 4 months. Not bad for a first album by a group that I have not had much experience with. I did like their stuff. I don't think it's a fantastic album. I don't think it's a masterpiece potential or maybe a number 1 potential. But it's a good, it's solid album with lots of good solid stuff, good production. I like the songs too. The other album that came out was this one, Triumphs Never Surrender. I know that's not going to sit well with some people. However, this one came out, been on there about 6 months as well, around the same amount of time as Clutching at Straws. The reason I pulled this one, though, an album like this normally stays on for somewhere between 7 and 8 months, but I pulled it early because there was quite a few songs on this album that I actually had heard quite a bit before that. I didn't want to burn the album out, so I pulled it out because I quite like this album. It definitely has a lot of good stuff on it. So I just pulled it a little early so I didn't burn it out. So those are the 3 that have come off the playlist, and they've been replaced at the bottom of the stack by this one, Dog and Butterfly from Heart. Now, some of the stuff on here I'm familiar with because I like bits and pieces of this album as I was growing up. So it might have the same kind of issue that the Triumph album has. But for now, it's just coming on. It's been on, now it's coming almost to a month because it came on the week after my last playlist. So it'll be working on its monthly time. The other album that's going on will be this one because it's a new album. And I tend to do new albums for this year. That's what I meant, new, not new as I bought them new and unused before. This one is called Magical Chronicles, Book 3 of The Chronicles of Father Robin, the band The Chronicles of Father Robin, the album titled Magical Chronicle. And this is Book 3. Book 2 I haven't got yet, but that was released last year, so it wouldn't have had the same impact. The other one is another Jethro Tull album. Now there's 4 of them on the list. So a full 20% of my albums on my playlist are Jethro Tull. And this is jtull.com. I have one more coming up, the the list of waiters, and then 2 more that are waiting in there to get a spot in the waiters. So I'm looking forward to this one. This one was released in 1999. So I think this could have been, and I think it might have been the last album they did prior to that Christmas album that they did a couple of years later, and then they didn't do anything until the Zealot Gene and Rock Flout, which they've done over the last couple of years. They went about 20 years there without an album. So those are the new ones on the list. Looking forward to getting a little airplay for all of them. Now I'm going to give you I'll give you my top 5 now. Yeah, and so as far as my listening goes, that's what I've been doing as far as my listening goes, with the 3 and then a choice album from either the new pile or something existing. And also I was checking out a couple of bands whose music I haven't really listened to completely, their whole discography. One of them is Caravan. Caravan is the main one right now. So I'll give you my top 5 albums of the week or the month, or what are currently my 5 favorite albums. So the first one is this one, Dwellers of the Deep by Wobbler. This band I love. I love this album cover. It's quite good in the green color. Nice shots of them in the back as well. Really good. So this is my 5th favorite. My 4th favorite, No Prayer for the Dying from Iron Maiden. I do like this quite a bit. It's growing on me. I like this shot of them too. So this album was released in 1990. So a couple of albums getting some notoriety from the 90s here. This one's from 2020, but one of the new albums in the playlist, Jethro Tull one from 99. The next one is this one. This one's coming up strong now. Oh, sorry, yeah, strong. It's in 3rd place. Every time I listen to this album, I want to listen to it more. I don't know, something quirky about it, but I like it. The cover and the album cover itself is really interesting. You can see lots of stuff here. It kind of reminds me of the Pink Panther, that album cover. So anyways, the cartoon one, not the movie. This was released in 1971, so really good, solid album. Next up, the first book in the Chronicles of Thomas Covenant. This is the Tales of Eowa, the Songs and Tales of Eowa. Sorry, book 1. This is the first book. This was number 1 for a good solid month, a little bit more than a month, I think. And it's been in my it's been on my playlist for at least 6 months. Maybe closer to 7 months now. And then the number 1 album is Invincible Shield from Judas Priest. Fantastic album. Took it a while to beat out Father Robin, but eventually has overcome it. So it's been on there maybe, it's either 2 months or 3 months. I can't remember. I'd have to check to see how long it's been in there. But I think it's about 2 or 3 months. Already number 1. Such a strong album. Between this and Chaos and Order at one point were just fantastic albums. I love them both. So there you have it. Those are the my favorites for the month. Give them to you back again in the order. So number 1, Judas Priest, Invincible Shield. Number 2, The Chronicles of Father Robin. The Songs and Tales of Eowa. Book 1. Caravans in the Land of Gray and Pink, and Iron Maiden's No Prayer for the Dying in 4th, and then last but not least, Wobbler's Dwellers of the Deep. Yeah, this is fantastic albums, all 4 of them. I like them all quite a bit. So there you have it. That's my playlist for this month. I hope you've enjoyed it. I try to be a little bit more about it next month. Hopefully we'll be start listening to some I like to listen to some discographies from the beginning to the end and get a real feel for their music. I'm planning on a couple of them, so hopefully it'll be a little more interesting next month. Sorry. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please hit the like and subscribe. Subscribe, yeah. Subscribe, And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the content. And any comments about the albums or any of the choices I've made over the last month for my playlist, you can leave that in the comment section below. And we will see you next month, mid-month, where we'll be talking about my playlist again. So take care and have yourself a good one. Goodbye.